Last week, on the Aviator Show, Eric flew around drones at Midwest Powered Paragliding, while his wife Nell took some much-needed time off for her birthday. Eric and the kids continued on down the road to fly with some paramotoring friends in Iowa. While there, they were reported to the police.
Sounds like you guys might have been flying a little too low.
This week, on the Aviator Show, Judson fights through the pains of a recent tow rope burn and gives us an exclusive review on the new Mojo Power 2s.
Step 1, inflate your glider. Step 6, mount one wheel.
He's been flying so much, he's feeling more confident with the motor on his back than without one. Nell's new wing gets some battle scars, and Reese's drone takes another beating as well. It's all on this week's episode of the Aviator Show.
Oh, gnarly.
Back in Denellen, Florida, Judson's tiny home is barely big enough to fit his one wheel. And it's a windy day, so we're going to take a rip around the neighborhood before heading over to the airport.
Welcome to the Judson review of the new Mojo Power 2 by Ozone Paramotor. That's the 24. I weigh absolutely nothing, so we're actually going to fly the 22 meter right here on this little lovely Atom 80 Mavic with 2 liters of gas. Okay. This guy's important. We need this! Yeah. So, let's talk about the Maverick, and not the Maverick, this wing. You already know about the Maverick. It's a good paramotor for flying. Let's talk about the new Mojo Power 2. If you don't know, Mojos are awesome wings. They are A-rated, super duper safe, and a great wing to start out on, a great wing to keep forever, and a great wing to fly, even if you're an advanced pilot, in trashy air, like I'm about to do. So the original Mojo was really excellent at a lot of things, mainly keeping people safe, making turbulence appear non-apparent. So one of the biggest issues we had with the old Mojo Power was that its inflation characteristics were really lacking. You know, the spiders come up super well, inflate like they have helium in them. The old Mojo Power, even with the trims all the way out, did not inflate well. And that is absolutely not the case with the new Mojo Power 2. This thing inflates super well. Here we go, we're into the wind. Centered. Light pressure on the A's. And release. Beautiful. Let's bring in some power. Smooth to full power. And we are flying on the new Mojo Power 2. So the wing handles very similarly to the old Mojo, and I think Johnson Q put it well, and that this glider handles just like the old one, just does everything 10% better. You know, in a glider in this class, you can't really, can't make it handle too much better because it'll lose classes, become a B. So it still maintains that really safe, really forgiving handling that we really liked on the old Mojo. And what's super neat is even though it's a, I would say beginner wing, you can and will be able to learn pretty dynamic maneuvers pretty fast on this guy. So let's do a couple tests. First test, super important, big ears. Take your baby A's, pull them down. Oh my god! Now we're fine, and you can see that recovers super fast. Let's do some light wingers. So look, lean, pull, pressure the opposite direction, outside brake. 1, 2, pressure outside. Wait, pressure. 1, 2. There we go. This thing carves super nice. Something I really like about the new Mojo is how much more energy it carries through maneuvers. It's a lot more efficient and lifty. Let's buzz the drone a little bit. So we have trims here, and they come with trimmer locks, but these are unlocked. If you trim out, you can see we gain a little bit of speed. One of the biggest complaints a lot of people had with the old Mojo was how slow it was, and I think that's really been revised in the new Mojo. They've added a lot more speed range to this glider, even though it doesn't appear as such. This guy is actually a quick little wing. So my trimmers are out right now, and I would say we're going approximately as fast as you want to go. This is not going to be lagging behind anyone, especially as you connect your speed bar. It'll probably do 30 miles an hour all said and done. Additionally, when you let the trimmers out, the wing becomes a little bit more reactive, which I really like. The brake pressure increases and the overall just reactivity of the wing goes up substantially. You can see with a small input even, I can get this wingtip right down to the horizon. Get some nice little wingy-dingies going here. Yeah, this guy handles great. You can hold it a little longer. 1, 2. Get her diving towards the ground. Into an asymmetric spiral. Like this. Swoopy-doop over the windsock. And maybe let's come in for a touch and go. This is another area where I believe that the... Whoa, drone! I believe the new Mojo has been significantly improved is in its flare characteristics. This guy's got a lot more energy as you come into land. Oh, my legs, man. Recently got burned by the tow line. This hurts. It's got a lot more energy as you come into land. You can see this guy with the trims out is eager beaver to fly. Get that lean back angle. See, I'm landing in pretty much one step in about 5 miles an hour of wind. Holding a little bit of brake pressure here, kiting. And something I still love about this glider is they've managed to maintain that same excellent turbulence absorption characteristic of the old Mojo. It really just takes all the turbulence and makes it just feel smooth. Yeah, it's certainly thermic out right now. I can see birds flying around in their circles, getting some lift. If we were flying right now on my free ride, this would be a wild ride. This would be pretty freaking bumpy. But not so on the new Mojo Power 2! Look at this thing go. Man, I should really get myself one of these for personal use. I bet you this parking lot's gonna put off a good toss. of lift here. Yep. Trimmer's all the way in. We'll just hang out with Mr. Birdman over here. Hi, Mr. Birdman. Oh yeah, nice and lifty. I'm no scientist, but I would say we are not descending right now. Oh yeah, I see why you guys are here. Nice. Yep, there's a thermal coming off this parking lot. Yep, and we're hitting a fair bit of turbulence here, and this guy is just soaking her up. I mean, let's talk about who this wing is for, and the answer is pretty much everyone. Anyone who likes flying, I would say. Owning a wing like this will really do a bunch of things for you. One, it'll open up your window of flyable opportunities, so even as a newer pilot, you could easily fly in conditions like this, whereas if you're on your Spider or something like that, it might be a little bit rowdy for you. Let's try a pro move. I think what we'll do here is land right about here. We'll get over to this one wheel. We'll get on the one wheel. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying. Overall, it's just a great wing to learn technique on. Great wing to fly above the air with. Great wing to fly on the beach with. Great wing to learn how to fly on. Great wing to learn how to spot land on. Great wing to fly around. Great wing to learn wingovers on. Great wing to learn SIV on. Really, if you're a paramotor pilot, I don't see why you don't have a Mojo. Probably the only reason I don't own a Mojo right now is because I work at Aviator Paramotor, which happens to have a couple of these in stock that I can use. Let's see if we can land on the bag. Bet you we're gonna stoink it. Oh, we sell one wheels if you want one. Alright, how to do a one wheel takeoff with Justin. Step 1, acquire one wheel. Step 2, acquire a paramotor, then an above average glider. Step 3, inflate your glider like yeah. Okay, I'll walk towards it. Step 4, inflate your glider again. Okay. Step 5, turn around. Step 6, mount one wheel. Step 7, steer to the dip. Step 8, lose one wheel. Woohoo! Skate or die, brother! I think that's how you do it. Alright, step 8. Where are we at? 9. Pressure, all the way down to your butt. Run, 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 run. Turn around, kite your glider down like a champ. I don't know, guys. In summary, if you don't own a Mojo Power 2, you're missing out. You're missing out on A-graded glider things, like flying in bad weather.
Speaking of bad weather, leaving Judson and the Denellen team, our cameras take you 1,300 miles north to the site of Nebraska Paramotors. It's here where we catch up with Eric and the kids as the bus parks in the Field of Dreams near Omaha, Nebraska. As Eloise, August, and Arthur explore their new backyard for the next couple days, our cameras just missed a balloon getting blown right out of Eloise's hand. And as for Brian, who attempts to search and rescue, it's just the first failure of the day. As the kids set out to pick up the pieces, there's much more flying to be had. And while Nell is out of town, Eric decides to allow Brian to try out her new wing.
That's the wife's.
How are you?
Oh no.
I have permission.
He's gonna try out the 20-meter spider. We're gonna see what his reaction is. It is crappy air. And
It's just windy, and south wind is usually gnarly, but
Is this a hold my beer, watch this kind of moment?
no,
Okay, good.
not
Not
yet.
quite.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll see.
So where's the priming bulb on these new carbs?
Right underneath the airbox.
Underneath of it?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, I was just looking for that. It's hard to get to that one on the carb now with that new airbox.
How much you prime it? Did you go one full prime? Full ball?
Yeah, I did a couple.
It's definitely reversible. Yes.
I think I could get away with the forwards still.
What do you want?
Ooh, I like how they added this. A lot of them don't have that right there, like
With your skinny shoulders, you
yeah,
need
'cause
that.
they like no, it literally falls off my. The one when I broke your line, it broke your line. It fell off my shoulder. Yep.
Oh, I love how light these are. I need to get a Mavic.
I've never launched one of these Mavericks. It's just weird. It's not a scout.
Inflation of the Day breakdown presented by Flying Home Productions, because we have the angles. Okay, as we see here, Brian is set up into the wind. However, there's a clear, large obstacle disrupting the wind ahead of him. Eric.
okay, we are on board Brian's helmet cam now, and there is clearly enough space for him to get off the ground, inflate, and boom, snaps his head right to see a perfectly good wingtip. He feels slack on his left side and jolts his direction to the left wingtip, which is so deflated here. He's got lines all over the place.
And that's where things went bad. He still doesn't fully understand that his stabilo line is completely severed, so he still tries to keep that wing up and continue the takeoff. Let's freeze frame here. If you look over his left shoulder, you see another paramotor pilot set up in a reverse.
Hey, that's me. Yep. As we play this one forward, it's a pretty routine reverse. I'm a bit further away from the obstacle, and I'm able to keep my eyes on the wing at all times. Looks like the cinema angle captures a pretty nice takeoff as well.
What? I think so, yeah. That would happen. It's Stabilia. Okay, it's an easy one to replace. I'm gonna
Go grab the wing. Okay,
Yeah.
I got this one.
Okay.
The fires in Oregon lay an epic backdrop for our pilots as they take off to the skies in less than ideal conditions.
This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spread. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Right now, right now, right now.
Oh, gnarly. Shattered the GoPro glass. Still recording though.
Got a real good. I wanna hit those ceilings. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good.
Next week, on the Aviator Show, the Nebraska Paramotor team convinces Eric to travel south to the endless foot drag flying. Along the way, we pick up Nell, recently refreshed from her birthday trip to Nashville, and the kids can't be more excited. The Aviator Show meets up with a bunch of old and new paramotoring friends and a few legends in their own right. We meet Kyle and Caleb, aka Space Cadet, and Eric talks them up to rebuild some confidence.
Let the little guy get a flight.
Then Reese attempts to lead across country. The forest fires in California are burning so intensely right now that the sunsets look out of this world. If you like this content, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss another episode.
Well, I think we landed straight in the pond.
We'll see you next week right here on the Aviator Show.
I am so glad I